Hello, hello, hello. Can you hear me? Hello,
Hello.
hello. Okay,
Hello.
awesome. Can you hear me, Gloria?
Yes.
Okay, so I am on. I'm on the radio. You can hear me now?
Yes.
Okay, perfect, perfect. Well, I'm so excited. And we are live. This is really, really, really exciting. We got issues. We got issues, but it is all good. Okay. We got issues today. I am so excited that you are here watching the Force of Friendship on We Got Issues. It is WFDF 910 AM, the Superstation, coming to you out of Detroit and broadcasting all over the world. Today, I'm sitting at our home in California, and we have our guest, Amelia, who I am going to introduce and meet in just a moment. Amelia, I'm going to just drop you in the background just for a moment while we hear from our my girlfriend who is on. She is on with me, but I'm the only one on the air. So for the Facebook audience, you see me, but you're in a moment going to hear Gloria's voice. Gloria, how are you doing?
So good. I'm so good. Let me tell you something. You know how we love the sunshine, love the sunshine, love the sunshine. And today, there hasn't been a lot of sunshine. But there'll be sunshine tomorrow. So I want to say that, when you don't have the sunshine, you're going to appreciate the sunshine even more. And then today, y'all, I had somebody, I don't know if you guys have ever done this, but we had a tree specialist come over. We have a lot of trees, and trees are really special. I mean, they're very special. So one day we got to do a show about trees because I don't even understand it all. I don't understand it all. But I know I have to have some people down. I have to have some local rules. I have to get some injections so they don't have no stress. I'm like, you can inject the tree for those stress. You can give one of those injections yourself. So we had a good time talking right now. But we're here. We're ready. We're ready. We're ready. We're ready. We're ready. We got Gloria. Gloria, I know you guys are getting the grounds ready. This is Sabrina. I'm waiting to get on the air, but I'm on audio. The place looks beautiful. I guess you guys are having a throwaway of some sort this weekend. Tell us. Yeah, we're gonna have. Well, Ken loves tequila, so he has this idea that he wants to have a tequila party. I don't do tequila, but he loves it, and so he's gonna have a whole bunch of like, all these little glasses. I ain't married to a man like that part. Okay, me, no, not so much. He is like, don't worry about this. And the idea of a party is really easy to come up with the idea. But then you got to have the porch done, and the grass done, and the trees done, and that is what life is all about, sister. That's awesome. It is. It's summertime. It's my favorite season. I love summer, so it'll be fun. It'll be a lot of fun. Excellent. Yeah. That is awesome. Well, I am headed to DC. We have a big family event, and so it is going to be big. I mean, literally, we 5-6 hours to get off the plane and we go directly to the party, and then the wedding is on Saturday. Got the wife Rocky married, and we are just so excited. It's like a family reunion. Weddings are always there. And so, the one that introduced you as me and Anthony. I mean, exactly, yes. It is a big deal. It was the president that introduced me to Anthony, and so really going to be a beautiful, beautiful time. We cannot wait. And so it's just going to be a beautiful time. And so my girlfriend is joining me. Sabrina, you're looking gorgeous. I know you must also be doing something. You dress like this
With your sexy arms out.
Yeah, I actually might just had a big international Zoom with business and get all duty up for that. And we change clothes in this Zoom world 3 or 4 times a day. So I just snatched something out of my closet and I said, oh, this look kind of cute on the air. So that's what I'm doing. Hey, gang, it's so good to see everybody. Oh, my goodness. We had a problem getting in, but we are here. I'm excited about our guest talking about photography. We met her when we were in Hawaii. She is an incredible woman. Oh, my goodness. Her work is awesome. And I just can't wait to hear about all that she has going on. Try to type your name in the chat. We see you saying hello from the East Coast, the West Coast, points in between. Tell us where you are, what you got going on. Oh my goodness, I'm loving this heat, Katrina. When I tell you I am a sun goddess, and people from Ohio, like I talked to a couple people today, they said they would rather have the snow any day than this heat. I'm like, oh no, not me, not me. Yeah, isn't that? But you know, exactly.
Yes, and
I don't
our guest today is from Hawaii, so I know she agrees with you. Okay, well, she's not from Hawaii, but I know she still agrees with you. Okay, she's in Hawaii now, so that is awesome. Well, I do love the heat, but it's a scorcher. I mean, it's hot. Actually, today it's only 83. Today it feels like it's 90 in the house, but we've been going back and forth between 80, 100, 80, 100. We've been talking about it.
Woo.
Tonight. Okay. I mean, when I tell you I'm losing track of the days because we have so much going on, but the game is tonight, correct?
Yes.
Tonight.
Yes.
Tonight,
The game is tonight. It's Boston tonight.
We're ready. I grilled chicken. We got macaroni and cheese. I did my exercise and I got my moving in, but we're going to eat tonight. Cornbread, greens. I mean, Kenny just got home from out of town, so my house is smelling good. So we're going to have a good time tonight eating and watching the game. Yes.
I didn't do all that preparation at all, but I am ready for the game because Boston's got to win. And people who say, I'm like, you don't understand the Garden. You don't understand the Garden. I'm just, oh my goodness, it's going to be a juicy game for real. It's going to be a fight.
Yes. So, we are Warrior fans up in here, and then my husband likes to just be messy. So he just like to be messy. But me and my mama, we yell loud enough for the whole neighborhood. So you will hear us yelling, even though we're gonna be at the hair salon, at the nail salon, and and packing. We will get it in. So I'm excited to bring our guest in. This is so cool. I mean, we met her through another girlfriend of ours who said, "You are not going to believe, but I just met this amazing photographer that is here with a celebrity when we were at the Ritz-Carlton." And you know how these girlfriends are. We love to take pictures. And we have been blessed. I know Gloria, especially more than any of us, has been blessed to just stand behind the camera of so many photographers, some of the best in the business. And I mean, when we took a look, the first thing we do is we love going to photographers' Instagram. We were like, ooh, can we meet her? We were like, can we meet her? Where is April? So we were walking all around at the Ritz-Carlton looking for Magic Johnson and looking for April. Okay. And so it just so happened that we met her, and it was just like fast girlfriends.
Fast.
And so I want to, Dorothy, bring her in while I read a little bit about her. She says, "Hey everyone, I'm April, and she is from Bishopville, South Carolina." So first thing you can do, April, in a minute is tell us what Bishopville is. She says she is married to an amazing man who she considers her best friend of 17 years. Together, they have 3 beautiful children. Bruno, their apricot toy poodle, has been a part of the family for 4 years and is absolutely amazing. She's always been creative and artistic, yet even at an early age, because she loved drawing and painting, she views photography as her platform for mixing various creative talents into their version of art. She began her photography journey in 2016, was working as a dental assistant in Oklahoma, Sabrina, okay? And frequently attended fitness competitions and was intrigued by watching the photographers capture the competitors. She always sees the best in every person. That's what we love about her. Your personality, we just clicked immediately. Y'all, it motivated her in the photography realm. She saved money and researched extensively to buy her first camera and continuously progressed from there. So we want to hear also about her entrepreneurial journey. She has traveled to Europe, Korea, Haiti, Africa, currently shooting a vast variety of categories to include but not limited to family, maternity, couples, weddings, including destinations, birthdays, special events. She considers herself a visual storyteller. Everyone has a story that could be shared to educate, assist, and elevate others. I just love that, April. Balancing photography and home is tough. She is a military wife, but stress is reduced tremendously when you have a supportive family who truly cares and believes in your passion. Every day is a new day to create memories for someone. I mean, I just love that. So we are so happy, April Amelia, to welcome you of April Amelia
Hi, guys.
Got issues all the way from, are you in Honolulu or in Maui? You're in Honolulu, right?
Yes, ma'am. I'm in Honolulu.
in Honolulu. Excellent. Round of applause. Thanks for that round of applause, Michael. So April, we have like 5 minutes before we go to our first break. So we're just going to spend this first time. We want to learn about you, April, the person, and your background, South Carolina, Oklahoma, dental assistant, now capturing, now a visual artist. So talk to us about April, the woman. Is our famous words, brag on you, your family, audience.
Yeah, brag on
All
yourself.
right. So listen, I love photography. I love people. Like I think I shoot from the heart. And that's what people don't understand about me. So many different photographers, but when it comes to photography in general, I really literally shoot from the heart. I see everybody as a painting. That's how I look at it. And when it comes down to editing and all of that, me as a person, I'm very silly on shoots. Everybody can vouch for that. I'm very, very silly. Girls should know about that. I just love making people happy. I love people smile like you're doing right now. I love it. I think when I picked up the camera the first time, obviously, I didn't know what I was doing. I'm all self-taught. I never been to school, nothing like that. I'm just naturally just into it. I just love how colors pop on photos. Me, myself, it's hard trying to balance work and family. I would wish a lot more clients were like be enhanced with that. Like just know that, hey, I have a family life too. Be more cohesive with that part. But other than that, I absolutely love photography. Like it's hands down. That's just I eat, sleep, and dream photography.
When did you know? I mean, how were you the person who just loved taking pictures even as a kid? Like when did you know there's a lot of other ways of expressing art? When did you know it was photography?
Well, it just really I put it like this, I think God made it part of my life. I really do feel that way because, as a spouse or even as a person, sometimes you're so lost of what you want to do as a career. That went on for several years. And then it was just photography was just an eye opener for me. So I really didn't know. It just really just came to me. That's how it worked.
Mm-hmm. That's good. That's good. And tell us about your early background. South Carolina, that is all your family still there? Yeah. How'd you end up in Oklahoma? And then we want to hear about how you went from dental hygiene into photography. Like, I know we always got to have that good job to pay the bills. So talk to us about your early years, where your family is from.
Okay. All right. So I'm originally from South Carolina. Me and both. We were both high school sweethearts. Well, kind of high school sweethearts. He had a crush on me since high school. So he came back, he was like, hey girl, I had a crush on you since high school. I want to know if I can take you on a date. I was like, but I let it happen. And we kind of got married, had three beautiful kids. And obviously he's in the military. He served for 23 years. He's about to retire. During that process, during this time, we traveled, went to different locations. So one time we ended up in Oklahoma. I was doing hair and makeup for fitness competitions, and I saw these photographers, and I'm like, man, this looks real cool. I wouldn't mind, So I asked my husband, because I used to paint in my garage a lot. Like my garage was my painting spot. And I asked my husband, I was like, hey, can you buy me a camera? He was like, no, you better sell one of those paintings in there. And I was like, really? I'm like, no. So I was able to raise half my money, and he poured the other half to buy my first camera. And I started taking pictures of my kids, and people saw it. They were like, who's taking those? And I'm like, me? They were like, really? I'm like, yes. So it just literally just grew from there. It just literally grew from there. Yeah, it was literally just nonstop and just keep going. I've been doing photography now for 5 years. 5 years.
Wow.
5 years.
Amazing.
Wow. Well, we are going to go to our very first break. And then when we come back from the break, we also, of course, we're going to dig deep into your photography, but we also want to hear about living in Hawaii. Okay. Want to hear about living in Hawaii and about what that's like, being a military spouse. And we also want to hear how you went from dentistry, working as a dental assistant, into photography. The girlfriends got questions. We're going to talk about how do you get a good picture? Okay. How do you find a good photographer? We're going to talk about all of it. We will be right back. Thanks for tuning in. Give us a call. You can ask April a question, or you can ask the girlfriends anything. 313-778-7600. We'll be right back. All right, we are back. We are back. I think we got it together. And just for our Facebook audience, a couple of our commercials will be extended today for the golf tournament. And so just know that those of you watching on social media that we are over here on the radio paying the bills. Okay, over here on the radio paying the bills. April knows all about that. April, let's just skip all the way. I'm going to cover all those questions, but tell us about some of the most, we always want to know about, if you can, I know you can't always share about somebody famous you've shot, if you can, or just one of the most fun, wildest experiences you have shot.
No, famous.
Give us some tea. Give us something behind the scenes, something, just, tell us something exciting. Then we're going to go back and hear a little bit more about your journey.
Okay. All right. I have several of those. All my sessions are completely wild. Where from, I know I love shooting in different countries. I think my favorite place to shoot is Morocco. I love Morocco. Obviously, I've been there 3 times. That's how much I love it. Shout out to Saeed Travels. He's so amazing. It's making sure everybody is having a good time in Morocco.
Okay, April, just know that we want that contact, because I bet there's some girlfriends that are listening that would like to go to Morocco on a girlfriend's trip. Type in the chat if it's like, sign us up. Okay, that might be a girlfriend's trip. Keep going.
Listen, I absolutely love Morocco. Morocco is just so amazing. Like the culture, the colors, the people, it's just so amazing. So amazing. Like I can't express that enough. You will not be let down if you go through Saeed. I promise you that, because he is the truth. I can call him right today and say, hey, I want to book to Morocco. He'll make sure you're taken care of. Travel from the airport all the way down to where you're gonna stay, food, everything. Okay.
Wow. That's awesome.
So when I was in Morocco, I did most epic one was I did a family shoot with my friend Soso Patel. She's also a clothing designer. She makes these head wraps that you see me wearing. I love her dearly. I actually shot her wedding in Haiti as well. So many different stories. Like seriously, when I'm shooting people, let's talk about the accidents that I have, falling on rocks. I always think about safety, number one. In Hawaii, it's just so beautiful. The water's so blue. Oh man, it's just so inviting. I can't put my words to it. I love Hawaii because I met some really great people here. Amy Benson over Black Bazaar and Plains and Champagne. Me and her have been doing some really, really some exciting things. Like this weekend for Juneteenth, she's actually doing a Black is Art. So she's featuring some Black artists. She's even going to have a soprano singer, which is pretty cool. Oh my God, this is absolutely amazing. I just cannot wait. So you want to hear stories about the time that, let's see, when I went to Jordan with my friend Kathy and a group of girls, and oh my God, that was just from start to finish. It was crazy, but actually absolutely fun. First time.
Were you in Jordan? Were they there for vacation? Were they in Jordan for business? What were they in Jordan for?
So me and a couple girls, we decided we're going to go to Jordan, do some photos. So we left Italy and went to Jordan. And there on the way going to Jordan, we had a mishap. The car broke down. Of course, my husband came pick us up. And we get to the airport. Her husband's passport is about expired. So it was just crazy. And then when we get to Jordan, oh my God, the hotel manager, he was amazing. But that was an epic trip. We went to go see Petra. We rode camels. So we did a lot of amazing. Of course, we got some amazing photos. One of my photos that I took was actually there in Jordan that I absolutely love. Is some horses that's running by. Absolutely love those. It just, I don't know. I'm a very cultural person. If I go somewhere and dive into cultural, I just love it. I just absolutely love it. I just love it. I just love it. So I have so many different stories.
We want to hear more of them. And Gloria, I just want to ask you, what do you love of all the photographers you've worked with? What have you found? Because one of the things that I love just when we were shooting with you, April, y'all, we were in the pool, and April, you were down in the pool with us. Like she was in the pool up underneath all this, this is what it takes to get the shot. She pulled her pants up. It was all the way. I'm thinking, I hope that camera don't fall in, because I can't buy your camera for you.
Hey, that's what
camera.
Right.
Hey, that's what insurance is for.
Thank you.
Well, let me tell you something.
You have something to share.
Well, I'm gonna tell you this. I've seen a lot of photographers, but when April told me to put myself in the pool and come out of the pool with the water coming down my face, I said, oh my God, I just found my favorite photographer. I'm going to be on Sports Illustrated. I was like, wow. I was like, oh, this is too much. Your personality was amazing. The way you made the girlfriends in the pool, the people that were around the pool were excited watching us, getting our pictures taken. I mean, you made it a whole event. I absolutely loved it. And the fact that you had super duper energy at 5 o'clock or 4:30, whenever you took Lakeisha up there, and then you stayed with us that whole time with all y'all, we're a hot mess. We got issues on the radio. We got issues in the pool, and April was handling it. She was like, no, me over here. No, me over there. No, me. You did an awesome job, and your pictures came out incredible. So you caught our personality. I loved it. I really loved it.
Oh,
I love it.
That
April, tell us how you went from, I know it kind of ties in with being a military wife too, but why you went from dentistry into being an entrepreneur in photography. Like, how did you make that leap? Because we were having a conversation yesterday. I said so many military wives, they really want to look at entrepreneurship because as they move, they are having to get another job. But I know you were pursuing your dream, but it also had to do with your moving around so much. So can you talk about that?
Okay, so I know for me, you know, at 18, a lot of people don't know this about me, but I also had got my cosmetology license. So I can do hair and makeup for hair and makeup, obviously. And I looked at it as I'm now able to put all my skill set in one form, one type of thing, in which is photography. And you're right, being a military spouse is really hard, especially constantly moving place to place. So I always got to make the decision, do I want to stick with this job or do I need to move? Of course, I'm going to support my husband and move with him. Of course, obviously, right? So when I got to Italy, from Oklahoma to Italy, I thought maybe, all right, I can make some money in photography. But as a military wife, a lot of people don't know this neither. And as a military spouse in Italy, you're not allowed to make a profit. They have this one thing called the SOFA agreement. It's between the Italian government and the American government, and you're not allowed to make a profit as a military spouse as a home-based, if you have a home-based business. So people that sell Mary Kay or different things like that cannot do that there as a military spouse. So what I did was I used that time to grow my skill set as a photographer there in Italy. So I shot babies and kids, pets, because those subjects are constantly always moving. They're always constantly moving. So that's your best subjects to photograph if you want some learning experience. That's how I feel. So I just made a decision. I was like, you know what? I'm just going to put it all in. I'm just going to give my heart, soul, everything all into photography. And that's exactly what I did. I said, you know, I'm not going to look back at the things that I've done. I'm just going to use this one platform and just keep going. So I'm very driven. You know, I'm not going to stop. My wish is to shoot Beyonce. Right? I don't know. After that new Vogue shoot, I don't know. but I'm confident, you know, So that's always been one of my goals is to shoot Beyonce. Be honest. Like, I think I'm driven for that. Yeah, I have a few little goals, but I just told myself, I'm just going to stick with photography and just continue on.
Mm-hmm. I love it. And
Sabrina,
just don't give up. I love it. Jump on in, Sabrina. We were quick friends and we were talking about, we immediately started talking about the girlfriends, bringing some girlfriends to Hawaii. And of course, April would be, you would be the resident photographer on hand. So Sabrina.
And the girlfriend.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. You know, April, oh my goodness. We loved meeting you. You were so much fun. Your patience, your passion, it was just contagious. I mean, we wanted, of course, you to hang out with us. You like, I got to go catch a plane tomorrow, okay? You chicks, I got to get home, okay? Because you were all the way over in Maui. And you were shooting. Can you tell them who you were shooting over in Maui while you were there?
Yes. I was shooting Flavor of Africa. His name is Flavor. He was very humble. He was very, very super nice. Did a couple of sessions with him there, and it was absolutely amazing. People loved it. Like, he is absolutely
he's like the biggest rap star. Artist. He's like a huge rap star in Africa, right? Like, he's like equivalent to RJ.
Huge, they said.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I saw him walking on the beach.
There's the music.
I saw him walking on the beach. Good family man, April said. He's easy on the eyes too, okay? So I saw him walking on the beach with I was like, okay, all right, Flavor. We will be right back. We're going to have April talk about what makes a great photographer and what makes a good subject for a photographer. How do you capture the great shot? We'll talk about it when we come back. I love it. April, I love you were having a conversation with Dorothy, our producer, and she said that she loved what you shared with her about how you empower women of all body sizes to get in front of the camera, not be afraid of getting in front of the camera.
Good. That's good.
Advocate of body positivity. Can you talk to us about women of all, because I know it makes it easier for you the more comfortable the person is in front of the camera, right?
So it's my job as a photographer to make you comfortable. It's my job. It's not your job to feel comfortable. It's my job. That's what you pay me for. That's how I look at it. And my thing is, I look at all people as beautiful. Everybody has that angle. Everybody. I don't care who you are. And my thing is, even for me, I'm guilty of it. I had gained some weight and I was like, oh, I don't want to be in front of the camera. But you just got to love yourself. I thought about, do I have any pictures of my mom? I really don't. And, it's kind of sad. And that's kind of what drives me even more so, because I tell people all the time, just take the picture. Just take the picture so your family can have memories of you. When we talk about, when your time is time, right? What people going to say about you, how they're going to view you. That's how I like to capture people's souls in photos, to see who they are as a person in the photos. So to me, that makes a big difference as well. So it's also my job to make you feel comfortable as possible. Whether I gotta dance, whether I gotta, sing, which I can't sing, by the way, and I can't dance, but I try, but whatever I gotta do to make people laugh like you just did, that's what I'm gonna do, I try to bring the best out of people. Is so important. And I tell people, let it go. Just let it go. Whatever you got going on, you don't feel if you're self-conscious, if you tell me, oh, April, I don't like how my hair looks. Guess what? I'm going to highlight your hair because I want you to love yourself or who you are as well.
Wow.
So I'm going to try to make you see yourself in a different form that you've never seen yourself before. My goal for every session that I take is to make you cry when you see the photos.
Wow.
That's good.
So when I met you guys in Maui, it was like spur of the moment. So y'all haven't really got a real shoot with April Amelia photo yet. But I'm a real deal photo shoot.
We ready.
Yes. So it's kind of like one of those things where I just love being myself. I love being who I am. I can't express how much I love people and just bring the best out of them. So no matter what complexion you are, what size you are, if you're not confident in your teeth, it doesn't matter to me. I don't even care about those things. It doesn't matter.
And the beauty.
People don't look at that. When they look at a photo,
go ahead.
I'm sorry. No, go ahead.
No, you go. You were talking about when they look at a photo.
When people look at a photo, they look at, of course, they look at how I look, but they're looking to see that emotional attachment to the photo. And that is what I always aim for, the emotional attachment images.
So talk to us about some of, I said top 10, but it might be 5, 3, however many you have, the things that it's important for us to do when we are being photographed. I know you said it's the photographer's job, but what are some of the most important things so that we can capture? I have a photo shoot coming up here next week. So what are some things that you would say are important to know?
Definitely communication between you and your photographer. That is so important. To make sure you understand what you kind of want and kind of make sure that you look at their portfolio, make sure that's what you want. Also, send them pictures of the outfits that you might be wearing. See what kind of advice that they can give you if they're willing. Some people charge for that extra. I don't, because I kind of like doing that kind of stuff. I love styling people in photo shoots. I think that makes like 85% of the shoot of what people are wearing. That can make a photo shoot.
Like, what would somebody wear that would break it? Is it what do you mean by that?
All right. So for instance, so I'm a perfectionist when it comes to photos. Okay. So say if you're in beach photos, you're doing beach photos, right? Obviously you don't wear shoes on the beach.
Right.
It doesn't make sense to me, like, take them off, no socks, no shoes, like little things like that. Or Apple Watches. I'm big on Apple Watches because I feel like that takes away from the photo. Wallets in pockets, little details like that. Bands on the wrist that people forget about. Those little details like that is very important and can break a photo. And what I mean by break, it can take the attention off the focus point of the image.
Wow. You shared some pet peeves, like don't ask me for my raw files.
Don't ever ask a photographer for raw files, okay?
Okay, Katrina does that all the time. Katrina, she be first one. Can we have your raw files? She taught me how to do that. I didn't know. See, that's a no. Katrina good for that, baby. Okay.
All right. So raw files is very personal. I feel like to a photographer, it's personally to me because I feel like you only get unfinished work. Why would you want an unfinished work? You might as well take the photos yourself. So as a photographer, our job is to make sure we edit the photos properly, right? And make sure we tweak it like how we want to, because that's what you're paying us for. When it comes to raw files, it's almost like you might as well do the work yourself. You might as well.
Interesting.
What are the pet peeves?
Oh yeah, that's like top. That's like top. Oh, after a session, right? Like the day after you ask for photos. Like you do the session and right the day after, can I see the photos? Like, here's the thing, right? A masterpiece takes time. When you think about art, right? When you think about paintings and art, how long it takes someone to paint a picture? It doesn't happen overnight, So I feel like you should give that photographer a chance to make sure they complete and make a masterpiece, because that's what you want.
That's good.
Very
good. That's good.
Oh, y'all thinking, huh? y'all thinking like, well, maybe.
Okay, so I have a question for you, April. Because out here, because we do want to know how to take good pictures with our little phones and what we got to pay attention. But why did you choose photos over video, or do you do both? And if you do both, what is the difference right now?
All right, so video is really trending right now, and because of Reels and TikTok and stuff like that, I look at photography and Reels. It's like two different categories, because a photo you can hang up in a house, right? You can hang it on your wall because it's art. A video is something that you can post on social media, so it's just like, or you can hold on to it. But when you're talking about photos, it's a completely different thing because it's artwork. You literally think about museums you see, like the Mona Lisa and things like that. It's all hung up in a nice little area, right? So you kind of want those same capture and the same moments in your home as well. A video can't do that for you.
Do you do both, or do you do one? Do you do just photos, or you do both?
I'm kind of dabbling in video right now. It's just hard because right now my schedule is hectic. Everybody is really wanting like pictures, really. Some people just override pictures over videos. I'm dabbling in videos a little bit. So is my husband. He's doing drone and video. I'm trying to get him to do the video, and I'm be doing photos, so I can only stay focused on photos. So that is the plan. So hopefully he's listening. Because I really
Hey Quintin.
So April, does he have experience? Is he going to be self-taught in videography? Is like you've been self-taught, or has he studied video?
Well, I'm going to kind of teach him what I know, but I would love for him to attend a workshop on his own, so he can make his own little kind of vibe, and develop his own style, his own little dynamics. So that is the plan. I love video. I love directing a video. I love directing a video. I don't know if y'all saw my Instagram, but I just posted it was me and another videographer, and we kind of collab on a project with this girl. I'm building her digital portfolio. Her name is Boing. And her name is Boing. And we went to Chinatown, Honolulu, and we did like a video. And it was really pretty cool. And we just made it into a reel. But it was really pretty cool because I kind of was trying to share to tell him what he needs to do to get the right shots. So I kind of know how to put the video together. Absolutely. I love doing that kind of stuff as well. So I can see me directing a video. I like doing that kind of stuff. But as far as filming it, it's going to be really hard for me right now. Really hard.
You gave
my
some
schedule
great
is crazy.
tips. You gave some great tips on selecting a photographer, because when you're looking and you were giving some examples, you're looking for a wedding photographer, you're looking for a photographer for your child, for your dog, for graduation. Can you talk about some of those tips? How do you know that you've selected a good photographer? Because you don't want to get the photos and then find out you have the wrong photographer.
All right. As far as the initial connection and communication between you and photography should be ideal. But after that, you should definitely look at their portfolio. Say if you're looking for a wedding photographer and you want to see someone that actually shoot a real wedding, not elopement shoots, a real wedding. That means live. That means the whole wedding party is there, everything. Because elopement shoot is just two people, right? That's easily said to be done. But a real wedding, you got to be on time. You got to be able to capture that moment. You got to be fast. It's no time wasted because you can't get those memories back at all.
Wow.
So yeah, and it's selecting a family photo. It all depends on what type of style you like. Some people like light and airy. Some people like dark and moody. I can kind of do a little bit of all because I kind of like create art, so I can manipulate the colors like I want to. So it all depends. It all depends on what style of photography you're looking for as well.
That's awesome. That's awesome. I know. When we come back, we're going to go to another break soon, but I want you to talk about if someone wanted to go into photography, even if you want to do it as a hobby. I mean, my husband, the girlfriends know it really has become his hobby. And you schooled him on that. So where would they start? Of course, although we're getting to the point that from a hobby standpoint, you can really do some good stuff on your phone. But you can give us some feedback. Where would you start if you wanted to pursue it as a hobby or even as a business? And how do you get business? How did Flavor find you?
They found me through Instagram. His manager found me through Instagram. Yes, Instagram.
Hashtag.
Black female photographer. So I guess his manager was looking throughout the Hawaii photographers to see, what fit his brand or whatever. And I guess I got selected. She saw my work. She loved it. And that's where we were. So, I mean, people like seeing art. That's how I look at it.
That's really good. So because I like getting a photographer wherever I am kind of in the world, and that's how you can find them on Instagram, knowing the right hashtags to select. So we appreciate you, April. You are schooling us on something. Everybody loves to have a great picture, great photos of themselves, their family, and those that they love. We're going to talk more about it with April Amelia when we come right back. Thanks for tuning in. All righty. We are back. We are back for our final segment. And April, you have given us, I just love your personality, love to laugh, would love to hear a couple more funny stories. But before we go there, we are going to go to the phone lines. And I have to apologize because Michael has been over here blowing up. We got a caller. And then he said, it is her husband. Can you go to the phone? I missed it. Quintin, please forgive me. OMG, of all the people to leave on hold. Quintin, April's husband from Honolulu. Hello, are you there?
Yes, ma'am.
We got
Yes.
We got issues. And if you in the church here. Okay, I was there on hold for about 17 minutes, but it's okay. But I knew you were going to listen to the whole show. Okay? Yes, ma'am. Absolutely. Brag on your wife. Yeah, so I'm going to tell you, so I have to, it's a great thing, and I want to touch on the thing you talked about earlier, the entrepreneurship with spouses. It's difficult for spouses to find themselves, and I'm so thankful and happy that April found herself. But it's more important to the spouses from my side, because the military spouses give so much sacrifice to us in the military, so now I feel like it's my time to kind of change the scenery, or change the script, so to speak, of supporting her. Because now she is now getting the limelight. She's getting her justice, which is very well deserved because April works hard. You guys understand the past she talked about, she's very modest about her glory. I'm going to go for her. April is very talented. As you know, she has a beautiful personality inside and out. She cares about people. She cares about her work. She is definitely a perfectionist. But also, too, I think it's important for me to manage the business side for her, in order for her to continue her growth as an artist. Because people don't understand this. We talk about two things. We talk about her being an artist, of giving people those beautiful photos, but it's also the business management side of that. I'm in the background working for her and with her in order for her to do that. And I think that's important for spouses as well, to appreciate truly, to really appreciate their spouses by helping them succeed. And it's not about me only trying to get the glory, because it's not about that. It's about me putting my best foot forward to push her forward. Because she is the only artist that the world needs to see. I'm glad that she's given an opportunity on this platform to do that. I'm thankful and blessed to have her in my life and be a part of it. Richard, oh my God, husband of the year. Happy Father's Day coming up, okay? What branch? What branch? What branch are you in? I'm in the Army. I'm a warrant officer in the Army. We thank you for your service, and I just want to ask you one more thing. Just give us a little bit more. What has made a 17-year successful marriage traveling in the military, and now that you're adding in entrepreneurship? Just give us a breakdown to share. So I think for one, communication, honesty, trust is the main thing, because April, obviously, she's a beautiful girl. So one thing is not being so caught up in jealousy, because she's gonna need, handsome, guys, women, and hopefully that she can't be insecure. That's the one thing I give. Yeah. You have to trust your spouse to do the right thing, to do business, to conduct her business, on session instead of returning to something else. So I trust her to do that. I think communication is another thing, and then honestly, that's one of the main things. I know it may sound cliche, but it's the truth of that. It hasn't been perfect. In the beginning, it was rocky because we didn't know what direction we wanted to go with the business, and it was challenging, especially starting out today because of the financial burden of her getting started. But I supported her and I believed in her, so I oversaw that, and I said, you know what, this girl has a talent. So I don't want monetary a cost to restrict her from being great. So she's always told me in the beginning, don't stop from being great. So I've always, she kept that in the back of my mind. You know what? If it costs X, you know what? It's gonna make her happy, and it's gonna be cool tenfold. So right now, it's about trusting her for one, and I'm on that structured vision. I trust her 50 for able to be great. She is great, and she's gonna change the great things because of her work ethic, her talent, and it's ability to take care of people. Wow, Quintin, you add so much value, and it's one thing to see.
You've done your tremendous service in the military. April's tremendous service as a photographer, but now to see your marriage and what you guys do together.
Yes.
So now we love you, April. We really love you. You are the package. You guys are a package, and just a beacon of light for so many. Thanks for calling in, Quintin. We appreciate it. April, we only have about 3 minutes, and I know you want to use all that. Speaking back to your man, so
I don't even know what to say.
Okay?
I know what to say. Wasn't expecting that one. But I want to make it really short. Thank you, Quintin. I love you with all my heart, and I really appreciate for you really supporting me. Anybody that wants to be in photography, I say just do it. You know, don't start putting it off. Just do it. You never know what God will lead you, because He will always lead you in the right direction. And I am a firm believer of that.
Did you, when you said you're self-taught, I know now you can YouTube, you can whatever, but what would you say if someone wants to self-teach? Do they go to YouTube first, or courses, or mentor, or all of the above?
I am a hands-on learner. I've learned that. I'm left-sided brain because I'm artsy. So I realized I have to have the unit in my hand, for me personally, in my hand, to see what buttons are. So basically, picked up the camera. All right, what does button do? All right, let me look up ISO. All right, let me look up aperture. All right, let me look up this. You know, so that's what I did, and I learned. I educated myself.
Can you recommend a starter camera if someone is out there for themselves or their child?
I remember my first camera was I don't think they make it anymore. My first camera was a Nikon D7200. And I just kind of grew from that one, because I learned a very valuable lesson in Europe. It was another photographer. I've learned to have backup cameras, for one, in case something happens to the one that you have. You drop in water, like I was in the pool with you guys, or, you know, you always have backup items. And I always tell people that just don't start off with one. Start off with one first, but eventually, you know, you have to have a second one just in case something happens to that first one. But a camera is a camera. Your phone is a camera. You know, a lot of people think it's about the equipment. It's really not. It's your eye. You can always develop an eye when it comes to photography. So don't think you can't. Even if you don't think you're artsy, you can be. It's always, everybody has an artsy kind of bone in their body. You just got to learn how to use it. I am soon, hopefully, fingers crossed, one day I will have a workshop. That would be great. So I can actually teach people how I learned, because I learned a different way than most photographers have.
April, say your social media out loud so the radio audience can hear, and Dorothy will put it back up on the screen.
Yes, it's April Amelia Photo on Instagram, and on Facebook it's www.aprilamillaphotography.com. Of course, obviously that's my website, and then Facebook is just my name, April Amelia Photography.
Okay, so you can go to aprilameliaphotography.com and find all the ways to follow her. April, we will see you again. We will see you in Hawaii. We will see you in Morocco.
Yes,
in Haiti.
yes. I cannot wait for that.
Yeah.
Hawaii. Oh my gosh. Can you guys just remember being in Hawaii in the ocean? Oh my gosh, enjoy it. And I know that it is Thursday, but I'm already starting out saying Happy Father's Day. We appreciate the men that listen in. Thanks. Have a great Thursday, and we will see you tomorrow, Friday. Thanks, April, for coming on.